All right, what's next on the list?
All right. Let's get it. Let's get into predictions, ladies and gentlemen. And yep, you guessed it. 4 matches. I'm surprised it's not three.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 39th edition of Saturday Night Main Event, and I believe they're gonna start with a banger. Steel cage match. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. If
Damien,
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too.
definitely Damien. Um, damn, steel cage match, right?
Steel cage match.
Damien, I'm big at Damien.
Yeah, because I think Drew McIntyre, although he did perform well in Hell in a Cell, but they're not about to do that to him. Keep it simple. Keep it still cage match. And yeah, I think David Priest is going to get the upper hand on this one.
Yeah, that's a big dude. Uh, I like Drew, but I like Damien better.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
like
know
Damien
what
for
I'm
this.
talking
I like Damien for this cage match. I'll give, and this is the last match. This is After this, they're gonna have to go the separate ways. If you ask me, but then again, these are already Money in the Bank winners, so they're gonna put them in the Money in the Bank ladder match, qualifying matches. Who's gonna win that? That part I don't know. But for this final match, I think we're in unison on this one. We're gonna give it to Daniel Priest. Just to go ahead and finish this trilogy off. We'll
about.
finish this storyline off. And finish it off on free TV. Interesting. Next up, I don't. Well, I'm next up. Yeah, they're gonna do this. I should know they're not. No, they're not because the championship's not on the line. John Cena versus R Truth. Thank God that he's not putting his title on the line. He's like, come on now. And I like R Truth. Let's stop it.
You
So
think? Do you think they're trying to give our Truth a push?
if they're trying to give him a push, where's he gonna end up?
I
Because
mean,
they're not. He's 52. They're not gonna have him. I hate to say this. They can't put no unless he has a tag team. They can't put no belts around Truth.
the reason I said a push is because, like, he's 52 years old. Let's just be honest. 3 years, maybe 2 years at best. That's all you. That's all you're gonna get more out of him. I think it would be nice to give him his roses while he's here. That's just me though. That's why I said. Do you think you think they pushing him? Because it's nice that they giving him the spotlight, giving him the center stage. But I mean, he's an older guy. I don't want to see him get aged out like everybody else. Like just let him ride off. Yeah, do let him ride off into the sunset, but give him some. Give him how the Undertaker put it. I want something to hang my hat on. You see what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
say give our truth something to hang his hat on. He's been in the company for how long now? Give him something to ride off on. Don't just let him be a joke character. Give him a nice send off. That's why I say that.
Yeah. Nah, I agree. Like a meaningful storyline, and I do think with the storyline, somebody's gonna call him out real bad, and they're gonna cut real deep, and you're gonna see a switch in our truth, and you're gonna get a better promo. I enjoy Archer's promos, by the way, but you're gonna get a better promo, a much serious promo. Don't know if he can wrestle to that degree, but then I would think it's gonna go on the climax, and he's gonna end his career on his back. And and for the record, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing. It's very common for wrestlers' last matches to end with a loss. It's very
Mhm.
common. Is that because that's to signify that they're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We're
if
taking it
so, what
forward.
we had Kurt Angle do it. We
Yep.
had I said almost said Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
Batista
not
did
Drew
it.
McIntyre.
Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, man, it's very common for wrestlers to lose their last match. So I think that would be a good send off for R-Truth. But I think we're all in unison. The question is this going to be a squash match? No, this can't be no squash match because this is
Hell no. Definitely not a squash match. No.
this is going to be R-Truth. No, this is gonna be no. This is gonna be John Cena trying to put R-Truth over. And what I
Yeah.
mean by that is he's going to a degree, they're going to carry each other to give a 10 or 15 minute match. They're going to carry each other and it's going to be entertaining and they're going to have it seem as if R-Truth is going to win. But then John Cena is going to do. I don't think John Cena is going to use the belt to go offside Truth head, although it wouldn't surprise me. But it's going to be a quick F you to the STF. Then we're out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. And then from that, you're going to get the ceremonial unstrapping of the boots or the laying down of some apparel. And then it's going to be a send off for R-Truth. Now, would I say that will be the very end of him? No, I doubt it. I think they'll probably bring him back, to do some cameo stuff or some little segments and stuff like that. But if this is his push for him to get over, especially if it's John Cena is going to put him over, and we all know that John Cena is legendary for putting people over. Yep. This will be nice for him. This will definitely be nice. But we just talked about that with Dyson when John Cena faked the bathroom run. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I can see Cena putting him
over. And also keep in mind, what's this 1, 2, 7. And 2.5 weeks from now, we're at Money in the Bank, which they took too long for these qualifying matches, if you ask me, because not a lot of room for storytelling. But 39. So I'm trying to think. I lost count. How many times we done seen John Cena since WrestleMania? Let me see if I can count the ways. Because I think we're at 26. When he did that Monday Night promo, we had 26 more dates of John Cena. So you had that Friday Night SmackDown. You had another SmackDown. Then you had Payback. And now you have Saturday Night Main Event.
So, how many times more? Or how many times did they say we was going to see him?
I think 26 since since the day after WrestleMania.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Can somebody in the chat please correct me on that? I might even have to Google it.
I'll have to Google it.
Let's see.
Says John Cena will consist of approximately 36 dates across the year of 2025.
And as of May 21st, 2025, he has about 24 days remaining. This means he has 12 days already completed. So, okay, he has 24 days remaining. Good. That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we know if he's showing up on SmackDown?
That I do not know. I did just kind of pull up a list, but it's only showing everything that is already done. It don't show any future expected appearances.
I will say this. Let's say he doesn't show up on SmackDown. Saturday Night Main Event, he had 23 left over. So you got Money in the Bank. Yeah, you got Money in the Bank, Night of Champions, another Saturday night's main event, SummerSlam, Clash in Paris, Crown Jewels, and Survivor Series. That's 7. So I think it's safe to say that he's going to hit every single pay-per-view this year. And a couple of Raw SmackDowns in between. Hell, he might even pull up an NXT at this rate.
But if he pulls up at NXT, is that going to take away from the expected dates that we're supposed to have of him?
Expectations?
Of his dates, of his schedule.
Yes. Yeah, if it's WWE bound, he's going to count against the dates. And frankly, let's say if he was to miraculously show up at TNA, which I know he won't.
Mm-hmm.
That might count against it because of the partnership or AAA.
Mm-hmm. Got you. Okay.
But I think at this point we could book that John Cena's going to show up to every single pay-per-view this year.
And so is that going to ride all the way out to December though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, Survivor Series is the last pay-per-view.
Okay, cool.
And that's November 29th. So, so if you ask me, I think this has been in the works. They will do a John Cena pay-per-view as the last match. So they're going to create it like when Dean Ambrose was leaving the company.
Yeah,
they did a pay-per-view or a WWE Network special for the Shield versus Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, and I forgot who the other person was. It was a 6-man tag team match. So that's pretty much what they think. That's what they think they're going to do regarding John Cena's. They're going to create a pay-per-view to celebrate Cena. And even if John Cena didn't make 17 championships, the man earned that. He easily earned to get a last pay-per-view. A pay-per-view made for John Cena. So he earned that. But so, yeah. And besides, to finish your last pay-per-view in November, although I guess they have done it before. No, I know they haven't because they always had a pay-per-view after Survivor Series. Yeah, you're gonna have to throw in one more pay-per-view. They're gonna create one if they haven't done one already.
1,000%. I mean, but you know what? I am happy that when we all know that John Cena's a professional, he's going to make those dates and he's going to make it a show. I'm happy to see more of him though. Unlike The Rock, but anyway, it's another story for another time.
He's a busy man. He's a busy man. That's a rich black man too.
Yeah. I heard rumors and I haven't looked into it. Apparently, The Rock showed up at AEW.
Hell no.
Yeah, I heard.
Hell no.
I heard it was true. Then when I looked into the rumors, what happened was AEW had got cut. I don't know what happened with their streaming.
What movie was it?
Black Adam.
They said they cut AEW short as far as runtime to play Black Adam movie.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how you do it.
That's so disrespectful. Hey, when I seen that, I was like, ooh.
I do this. I love it. I do the same goddamn thing too.
Oh, you go cut your shit short? I got you.
Yeah, I was like, let me show you how this is done, man.
He said, let me show you how this is done. You want to play
I'm not mad at it. And matter of fact, I bought Black Adam because I said that was a better black movie than Black Panther and Wakanda Forever. We can talk about Common Heads. We can talk about that another day because I stand by that shit. Yeah. But let's go ahead and continue. The next match is next match, tag team match. CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Seth and Braun. Listen, I have nothing against CM Punk, but man, that last run I seen CM Punk do, it looked kind of jittery. It looked slow. Like it ain't got nothing against the old dog for doing his thing, but to be honest with you, I'm getting a little. I'm not gonna say all done with CM Punk, but hey, bro, you had your time. I'm happy that Seth is in the position that he's in. I want to see Seth stay there. So Seth and Braun, right?
Yep, Seth and Braun Breaker.
Yep.
But yeah, Triple Joe, you got Braun Breaker on your team. I'm not expecting you to lose.
Nah, not with Braun
I'm
Breaker.
really not.
Not with Braun Breaker, no. And then I'm a Seth fan. It's always been that way. And from that last how they cleaned up that last that last match, first episode of Raw. Excuse me. I'm happy with Seth. So yes, I like to see CM Punk. I like this. I hopefully this is his last year. Nothing against him personally, but everything against
Punk,
him.
no, I gotta tell you that he'll be back next year.
Hope not.
He's definitely gonna be back next year. I do. As far as and I need to go revisit WrestleMania. Anyways, but CM Punk didn't look that much off in comparison to his AEW days. So, and that's because he has decided to put on some muscle. And I also have to keep in mind he's not an active wrestler like that, like a Penta is, but he still has to get used to carrying around this extra weight that he's carrying around. Good weight, by the way. I'm talking about good weight because you got to get used to it. It's just like boxing or MMA. You can go up a couple of pounds. That don't mean you're going to be built for that division in comparison to those who stay in that division.
Correct.
Like when uh Stylebender, Jesus, what is his name? In
Israel
UFC.
Adesanya?
Huh?
Israel Adesanya?
Yes. When he went up, I expected him to lose.
Yeah.
Because you're not used to fighting at that weight class. You're not used to doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I expected him to get those 2 losses. And when it came to when we go to boxing, when it comes to Jesus,
Canelo, when Canelo went up?
Canelo?
Yeah, Canelo went up and he tried to
No.
face
I was gonna use fuck, what is his name? Heavyweight. The Bronze Bomber. Damn.
Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, Deontay Wilder. When he went up in a cup add on several pounds to go up against
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury, I was like, that is not gonna work in your favor like you think it is.
Yeah, putting on muscle helps, but the problem is you got to learn how to move that muscle. And if you're not used to moving that muscle, then no, it's gonna be hard. The thing about Deontay was though, Deontay with all his excuses, yeah, he put on muscle, but that ring walk, that gear that you wore through that ring walk was terrible for you. It was terrible. I'm not about to hold
that was a terrible excuse on why you got your ass whooped. That was a terrible excuse.
Because if putting on weight is a bad thing, then why did Tyson Fury look so good? He put on weight in that third match to put the hammer on Deontay. If you look at that first match versus that third match,
those were ass whoopings.
It was bad for him.
Ass whooping of a lifetime.
Yeah, it was bad for him. I mean, but hell, even when we look in the world of wrestling, don't get me wrong. I think Rey Mysterio is a perfect example of this. Go look at Rey from 10 years ago. He was not this big. Rey didn't put on some weight, okay? And what Rey did was...
No, he put on weight now?
Rey Mysterio?
Back then, he was fat.
I'm talking, okay.
When you returned to SummerSlam with Triple H. I'm like, Jesus Christ, are you pregnant? And Triple H put on some weight too before. Damn. I don't know how much gym membership cost back then, but it was bad. I would say now with
also they couldn't be on the Mexican supplements either.
I want to fight you just on general principle, and I can beat you.
Don't get mad at me, goddammit. Don't mess with this stuff. That's for you.
Stop giving Dominic Mysterio more ammunition than he already needs.
It's not my fault. Hey, look. Go look at Undertaker during the Brothers of Destruction. Hell, go look at Kane when he first came out. Kane was literally walking muscle. His muscle had muscle. His sweat glands had muscle. His hair had muscle. His pyro had muscle.
Kane was a big dude.
Yes. And now look at him now.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so it's nothing against them. It just is what it is. It'd be okay.
Yeah, and matter of fact, Undertaker told me he wrestled at. Well, you watch the Last Ride, his docu series.
Mm-hmm.
He told me one time he was 315 at one of those WrestleManias. I want to say the one time he went up against Roman Reigns, he was like
Mm-hmm.
315. I was like, no, 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 no. You can't. And it was crazy is we don't see this in real time. It's when we go back later and realize, oh, you was not ready for that match.
No, he wasn't.
And Undertaker was not ready. So much so he even tried to apologize to Roman Reigns for it. And Roman Reigns is a class personified guy. I really like him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's humble to the OGs. And the fact that Roman Reigns said like I need to apologize because that was a sloppy version of me, what I put on for that day. And when they went back and showed the videos of him slouching around, I was like, God damn, you was I get it. And I also get how these wrestlers, when they go town to town, it's like we gotta find a gym.
Yep.
And I get it. I get it because but now that they have these buses now, because Gunther added a bus to his new contract, which is very smart on his part. Yeah, you guys. I don't know. I gotta see their dates for these house shows. You gotta find a 24-hour fitness. You need to find an LA Fitness, which I think most celebrities go to LA Fitness. If you ask me, you gotta go ahead and find a gym.
Yeah, you have to. I was looking for a great representation of how this looks. Yeah, here, perfect example. Um, Here we go, right here, bang, right here. So 2003 Undertaker, beefed up as all hell outside,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. I remember
and
Swole Undertaker.
2020. You see what I'm saying? Like, listen, those Mexican supplements, listen, they do works. They listen, they do works. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like hell, even if you look at someone like Kane, listen, these dudes was jacked, okay? And not jacked on any type of just like some type of humbug shit. These dudes was just big as hell for no damn reason. I was looking for a picture of Kane when he was at his max or best physique. But yeah, they didn't play no games. Those
Just
Mexican substitutes
just go
works.
pull up any SmackDown in the 2000s, early 2000s.
2000 SmackDown.
Let me think. Yeah, when he had one sleeve.
Oh, one sleeve? Oh yeah,
When he
he was
had one sleeve, that's
beast.
when he was at his biggest. You could have
Yeah,
missed those arms.
he was a beast and a half when he had one sleeve. I never forget when I seen Kane walk out. Yeah, there it is. Hold on, wait. Let me blow this picture up. Right here. Bam. This picture's blurry. It'll do though. I guess it'll do. Even though it's a little blurry.
We'll make
There
it
you
work.
go. Yeah, look how beefed up. Look at his shoulder, bro. Bro, when he had the one sleeve, bro, Kane was just nothing but just pure muscle, bro. I don't see how dudes was agreeing to even wrestle with him.
I don't know either. Especially them uppercuts.
Oh man,
Woo.
they could keep it. It's certain people you just don't want to get hit by, and Kane was one of them. Kane was
Oh,
one of them.
uh, the answer is yes. As a playable character, like a the down DLC, the answer is yes, Malcolm. I'm surprised I missed that. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Mhm. Malcolm D says on Ric Flair's ESPN E60 doc, he talked about when he was an NWO champion. He was wrestling just about every day and had Wrestle International.
Yeah, every day, twice on Sunday. That wasn't that was more than a slogan.
Yeah. And those back in the good old days when you, as soon as you get done with the match, you just hop in the car and you just go, or you jump on the plane and go. Well, back in the day, they just
Right.
jumped in the car. Yeah, they just drove everywhere. Those road stories, legendary. If you don't know.
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, it costs too much to.
Mhm.
Like, actually, that's some bullshit. I don't think it costs too much. Well, then again, you talk about flying, like you're doing shows like 200 matches a year. Yeah, that's a lot of flights. Never mind.
And then on top of that, you got to remember this is back. This is back in the day and age where they really wasn't making, unless you was a big name star, you wasn't really making that much money.
Right.
So yeah, it was
I
expensive.
can't do
That's why there
that.
was so much carpooling.
Yeah, I can't do. I can't be in the air 200 times per year. That's
Mm-mm.
insane.
Mm-mm.
That's damn near unheard of. I don't think the president's in the air 200 times a year.
And you still got to put on a match. And I just want you to think they did it for years, and they still entertain the people. Tires all outside, and then that's where the great golden age of Perk Angle came, baby. Perk Angle, Colonel the Perk, baby. Listen, hell,
I,
you know
I
who? You
swear we're
know.
going to get our ass kicked one of these days. I swear we're going to get our ass kicked one of these days.
Hey, you know who else had a great?
We're gonna get invited to a podcast only to get our ass kicked.
You know who else? You know who else had a great physique? Sting. Sting during the days, like right around the time when NWO Wolfpack was starting up, Sting had a great physique.
Yep, that's a fact.
Yep.
That is a
Hell,
fact.
even as much as I don't like Hulk Hogan, hell, Hulk Hogan in NWO days in WCW, great physique.
Even
Yeah,
yeah,
when he wrestled The Rock.
yeah, that's what I was gonna bring that up because when I go back and watch that, I was like, damn, he looked good for his age. I'm like,
Mhm.
wait a minute. I think like, how old was Hulk Hogan? I was like, we don't give him enough. We don't give him and Ric Flair, for that matter, enough credit for how they look when they were wrestling.
Yeah,
Back when they came back and wrestled for one more run.
yeah, he looked damn good. I mean, don't get me wrong, Terry Bollea, excuse me, Hulk Hogan.
I see I'm gonna get punched in the mouth first. I can see you're gonna be out to the restroom and I'm gonna come back and someone put the
It's not what's
face on
gonna
me.
happen. It's not what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be
No,
right
you're gonna
there.
go to the restroom and come right back. What happened? Turn around.
Hey, at least it's not gonna be as bad as the Knicks defense. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that.
We're gonna go to the next topic before I get annoyed. Last match for the World Heavyweight Championship, Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. I think we're all in the greens here. Logan Paul does great work. Promo, I'll give promo could have been a little bit better on Monday, but
Yeah,
it was cool. At least he knows how to improvise and interact with the fans. He does that a little bit too much, but he does have great crowd control even as a heel. So I'll give him that credit.
well, you got to remember, Logan Paul came Japan. Logan Paul came up in an era where interacting with we won't talk about it. Logan Paul came up in an era where interacting with the people is how he built his name, how he built his brand, how he built everything. So him interacting with the people would kind of be, it would be heelish, and I don't see Logan Paul being a heel anytime. So I think he needs to sit right where he is.
Babyface?
No, I wouldn't. I would not call Logan Paul a babyface. I would call him.
What do you call Logan Paul right now?
I don't want to use the term jobber because he's not a jobber. Okay. This is going to be very far-fetched what I'm about to say. Dean Malenko, heel or babyface?
What Dean Malenko for his WWE career has always been a heel.
Ken Shamrock, heel or babyface?
Ken Shamrock was, damn it. Because when he had that those bouts with Chris Jericho,
yeah,
you couldn't put them in a box. You was never gonna have Chris Jericho stop being a babyface, and you just want, and we just know Ken Shamrock was just too real for wrestling at one point. I don't know what would you, God damn, what would you
The
call it?
Godfather, heel or babyface?
Who?
The Godfather.
He was always a babyface except for when he went to Right to Censor.
Okay. Logan Paul right now, I'm not gonna say that he's an enigma, but you can't place him on heel or babyface. He's just, and saying he's there is kind of an understatement, but how would you categorize Logan? LA Knight, heel or babyface?
Babyface.
Babyface?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
No, he's
Yeah, I
but
definitely.
you're looking for a because I do believe there are anti-heroes in WWE. Drew McIntyre is an anti-hero.
Mhm.
I'm not putting Logan Paul in that same category. Tiffany Stratton at one point in time is a anti-hero because she was in the middle of transitioning. I don't know if she's a full-fledged babyface yet, but she's definitely in that anti-hero area. I could 100% say that Logan Paul is if he's not a full-fledged heel, he's literally knocking on that door.
Well, I just did a quick Google search. Technically, Logan Paul is portrayed as a heel, but here's the problem with Logan Paul as a heel. He gets over too good. Heels is not supposed to. This was the great problem with the Hulk Hogan and the Rock match. Hogan was supposed to
be a heel, yes.
Exactly. But because of the crowd, he had to be a babyface.
No, because of the crowd in Canada, it was very hard to make him be a heel because Hogan is God in Canada.
Yeah.
Hogan is God. I still remember that Monday Night Raw when they went 5 or 10 minutes, a standing ovation.
Yeah, and that's the biggest problem. So with Logan, he's portraying himself as a heel, but he gets over too good with the crowd. Not just because of his microphone antics or his backstage antics, but even in the ring antics, he gets over too good. And heels is technically not supposed to get over. Don't get me wrong. Stone Cold Steve Austin, would I say he was a heel? He had all of the energy to be the heel, but the crowd liked him too much.
Yeah, and then after that, Bret Hart match.
Correct. Yeah, after Bret Hart, he became a babyface. Well, after he came back from taking his ball and going home, he was sort of kind of a babyface. But still, with Logan, it's kind of hard to accept him as a heel, even though that's the character he's portraying. So yeah, it's kind of. I still don't want to call him an enigma. It's just that he's just Logan Paul, and that's a good thing for him, though. It's a good thing. But as far as against Jey Uso, no. I don't see him winning the title. I don't see him winning the match,
especially on ABC now.
Yeah, no. This is. I don't want to call it a filler either, but this is what this feels like. It feels like a filler.
And right, no, I agree. I agree with that. I would much rather it be that Monday Night Raw where it was Seth versus Jey Uso. I can see that on Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah,
I can see that being. I can see that being a 20 or 30-minute match with 2 or 3 commercial breaks in between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That would definitely give NBC the boost that it needs. Peacock is going to be Peacock. And matter of fact, I might be streaming this on Peacock or what. Oh, speaking of which, let's go to the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not done this in about close to a year and a half. But I told you guys, give me some time, and we're going to do it again. This Saturday, oops. God damn it, 1 second. This Saturday, Watch Party. Saturday night main event watch party this coming Saturday. We're going to be streaming from Wrestling Wednesdays, BTSI show. So if you want to, you can stream for yours as well. This is a big event. We're going to be streaming on all platforms as possible. Now, I can assure you, to make sure that we don't get dinged like a motherfucker, I will not have this camera right here. I'm sorry, we're not doing that.
Nah, don't do that. No. I mean, we have to have a way for it to be creative because the algorithm in YouTube, we don't want them to be on no bullshit. So yeah, we'll figure out the works and the kinks. But yeah, we definitely doing this watch party though.